I'm parched. Just did record another video. I talked for like 15 minutes. All right, let's do this. Welcome back to another Pokemon Sword and Shield video, guys. My name is Nico, and today we're talking about the first Series 8 team that I will be using on the ladder when the season starts next Monday. Very excited to use this team. It is kind of an iteration of a team I used last season, well, last series. So it's really cool. It features Calyrex Shadow Rider, which I talked about in a video the other day about that's going to be a major threat Series 8. So really excited to get this team shown off to you guys. Now this team, I'm gonna say it right now, it's not finalized. There will likely be changes that I make along the way after I test some stuff, but this is the team as it stands and as it will be used when the series starts. So you guys can take that as you will, make the team for yourself. I don't have a code for this team yet because I have not built it in game. I've been just testing on Showdown. Obviously, I can't do battles because the VGC format has not updated on Showdown, but I have been testing it in just doubles, Uber, and things like that. So I've been facing a bunch of whack teams of like 100 legendaries. It's super annoying, but the team has been performing fairly well. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm going to go through all the iterations of this team in case you want to try something different from me. So let's get into it. But if this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more Pokemon stuff in the future. VGC, shinies, everything, guides, whatever. Pokemon is here. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's get into it. Okay, so this team originally came from this team, the Blastoise team that I featured fairly recently here on the channel. This team that I'm currently building and putting towards Series 8 stems directly from this team, because I really liked how this team played. It's very hyper offensive, and I wanted to be able to incorporate that into the new team that I'm currently working on. So you're going to definitely see that with the first iteration, how this team changes from this Blastoise team to the Shadow Rider team. So I'm going to bring us over to the first iteration of the team. So we have the same Regieleki. The only difference is I got rid of Thunder Cage and it has Hyper Beam. It is running choice specs, and it's got a 4 HP, 252 special attack, and 252 speed with a timid nature. Really strong, especially because Kyogre is going to become such a threat. I'm really looking forward to having Regieleki as an option to handle the Kyogre. Moving on, we have the Glastrier. Glastrier is still going to be a very powerful Pokemon without Calyrex. It's just a very powerful Pokemon with Chilling Neigh. I have Expert Belt on it, Icicle Crash, High Horsepower, Heavy Slam, and Protect with 252 HP, 248 attack, 4 defense, and 4 special defense with a Careful nature. This is basically just my Trick Room option. If I know I'm not going to be able to prevent the Trick Room from going up, I'm going to be able to use Glastrier in a Trick Room situation to stall it out or just handle Pokemon within the Trick Room. Then we move on to the big bad of this party. It's going to be really cool, and it's done so much work in the Uber ladder on Showdown. Calyrex Shadow. This Pokemon is dumb fast, it's dumb strong. Not to mention, it has access to Expanding Force. It's the strongest Expanding Force in the format, and Astral Barrage, which does tons of damage to both Pokemon in the lead. So this Pokemon does an absurd amount of damage. I have it with a Focus Sash. I also have it with Leaf Storm currently. I'm not sure how I feel about the Leaf Storm quite yet. This could change to Mudshot somewhere down the road, but currently it is Leaf Storm. It's definitely possible it changes to Mudshot just in case with the Dynamax I'm able to set more Max Quakes and get that special defense up. So that definitely is an option here. But yeah, 252 special attack, 252 speed, modest. Or I'm probably going to end up running Timid on this just to make sure it outspeeds everything, and 4 HP. It's just a very strong Pokemon. Now, Togekiss is a new Pokemon for this lineup. Calyrex basically replaces Blastoise in the fact that it has both Expanding Force and Astral Barrage. You get rid of Water Spout and you get rid of Max Cannonade, but you have two very powerful attacks that are going to hit both Pokemon. So this is basically my replacement for Gmax Blastoise. Togekiss is my replacement for Indeedee. The reason I decided to go for a replacement for Indeedee was just the fact that I didn't want to have a bunch of Pokemon that were weak to dark, and Calyrex Indeedee lead is very weak to dark type Pokemon. So if they threw out a Moltres or something, you're going to take a big hit from Fiery Wrath in that lead. So there was that as well. It is holding a Babiri Berry, so that way you are able to take some hits from steel types. It does have Super Luck as its ability. Follow Me, Helping Hand, Protect, and Dazzling Gleam. It's basically the same set that I ran on Indeedee, minus the other one was Expanding Force. And you don't get the psychic terrain, which is a little upsetting. There is some slight problems there, just depending. Psychic terrain is super helpful, and you'll see later on. I get into that a little bit. Its stats are 252 HP, 220 defense, and 36 special defense. I haven't thrown a nature on it for whatever reason. Probably bold. Bold is probably going to be the best move because there's so many steel types right now in the format. A lot of good steel types right now in the format. So moving on, Incineroar. Incineroar is pretty obvious why I'd bring this. Parting Shot helps a lot, especially because of things like Zacian's going to be huge right now. So Parting Shot is going to be very, very helpful with that. Darkest Lariat, Fake Out, Flare Blitz. Now, Arcanine is another good option here. I've been tinkering with the idea of bringing an Arcanine in for Snarl potential and the Intimidate as well, because of the fact that, again, Zacian is going to be huge. And Zacian is going to outspeed your Incineroar all freaking day. So it's probably, there might be a change in the near future. This might go over to Arcanine, but as it stands right now, we have Incineroar. Then we have Gmax Urshifu, same Urshifu that I've been running. I added Gmax to it because I don't know why I didn't have it as Gmax in Showdown anyways. But 4 HP, 252 attack, 252 speed with Jolly and a Choice Band, U-Turn, Close Combat, Sucker Punch, and Wicked Blow. Now, this is not the iteration of the team that I've been practicing with. This was my first iteration because, as you can see, Glastrier is the same, Regieleki's the same with one move change. We have the same Urshifu and the same Incineroar. These two Pokemon are the only ones that are different, Calyrex, Shadow, and Togekiss. So if I move on here to the second iteration of this team, rather than having another Dark type, because we already had Incineroar, and losing Gmax Blastoise, I lost some water damage. So I decided to try and rotate in Rapid Strike Urshifu, which actually has proven to be fairly successful. We have Close Combat, Aqua Jet, Surging Strikes, and U-Turn. Same stat split as it was with the Single Strike Urshifu. Same item and everything. It just, I wanted to have the water moveset, so that way I could use a water Pokemon if necessary, and it has proven to be very successful this way. This is the team I've been practicing with the most. However, I will say that there is potential for an Indeedee here. Now, the potential with Indeedee is you do set the Psychic Surge. This gives you terrain control, which is super helpful with things, I don't know how viable Rillaboom's going to be moving into this new format, but it does help to have terrain control regardless, plus Psychic Surge, you stop the fake outs, so that's really helpful as well. Pair this again with Calyrex, and you're going to be able to follow me, Helping Hand, do whatever you need to do to power up your Shadow Rider. You did have to change the Life Orb on Calyrex Shadow because of the fact I was running Sash on it in the previous iterations of the team, but I want to Sash on Indeedee if I'm going to run Indeedee. So I did switch it over to Life Orb, and I might have to change up the stats. I'm going to test this team out, but honestly, I vastly prefer the Togekiss as it sits right now. That may change as the series progresses and more stuff becomes meta. Like I said as well, Incineroar may get swapped out for Arcanine because Arcanine is just going to prove to be a little better, I have a feeling, against things like Zacian. So we might see more use of Arcanine here moving forward in this team, but as it sits right now, the team that I plan to use day one of the Series 8 format is this team right here. Now, I'm going to try my best on day one of the format to get a video up of me, starting climbing on the ladder, VGC climb series. Hopefully I will be able to get that up day one of that. However, I do have class all day. I have a clinical all day, so school's back in full force, so videos are going to go up when I can get them up. I'm going to still try to keep my one video a day format going, but that is all subject to change just because of school. YouTube doesn't pay the bills yet, so I gotta keep doing school and working on that. That's got to be top priority. But this team will be shown off next week in game. As soon as they update the ladder, I also want to do some battles in Showdown with it, and I've got some other teams I want to do some Showdown battles with. So there will be some Showdown videos coming as well. So that is going to be it for this video. Like I said, if you're interested in any of the future content that I just talked about, make sure you leave a like and smash the subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Be sure to check out the Discord. People over there playing Pokemon all the time. Check that out, and check me out on Twitch, TikTok, all my other social medias if you're interested in keeping up with me, this channel, the stream, or anything like that. But like I said, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one.